Israel says it has suspended working ties with countries who voted for a UN resolution against Israel's settlement building. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is furious at world powers and other countries over Friday's vote. The resolution condemned Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem. It said they are a violation of international humanitarian law. Now, the U.S. could have vetoed it, but abstained, which allowed the measure to pass. Ian Bremmer is with us now. He's founding president of Eurasia Group, a global political risk consulting company. Ian, good morning.
Good to be with you guys.
And I think furious is the right word. Benjamin Netanyahu has taken to Twitter. He has spoken out strongly against this. If it's simply a symbolic vote, what is he so angry about?
Well, it's a lot of manufactured anger. Netanyahu's a lot less popular now in Israel than he was a couple of years ago during last election, and also his majority in the Knesset, the Israeli parliament right now, is literally one seat. So this is a way to manufacture outrage at the international community. He's a patriot standing up against all these other countries. He's the one that can defend Israeli patriotism. That's, no question, that's useful for him at home right now. But for, in response to a vote taken against Israel, with Obama abstaining literally 4 weeks before Trump comes in and undoes it all, it's pretty weak from the United States.
And Netanyahu says he's going to continue building settlements despite all this, and perhaps has the support of the president-elect.
He does have the support of the president-elect. He will have the support of the president-elect's choice for ambassador to Israel, but he doesn't have the support of a lot of the Israeli people. The issue is that the two-state solution, Secretary of State Kerry was trying very hard to get a peace deal. That is going absolutely nowhere. And the fact that the Americans still don't have, sort of anything constructive to put on the table, it feels like a lot of these issues. It's Syria, it's Libya, it's Ukraine. The world has moved to a place that we may not like, and we're not really willing to come to terms with that.
You mentioned that Donald Trump has said things will be different. He tweeted things will be different after January 20th, immediately following the U.S. abstention here. How different are we talking?
Well, the biggest way they'll be different is that the United States is not going to be providing as much support for the United Nations. I suspect that will be politicized. Trump is not going to like these multilateral institutions. He thinks of it as binding the United States at obligations that we don't necessarily want to fulfill. And so he's going to use American funding as a stick to get outcomes that he would prefer. But on Israel itself, under Obama, under Bush, under Trump, or under Hillary Clinton, Israel is America's best friend in the Middle East. And it's not even close. The fact that we decided to abstain when the rest of the world is voting in favor of this resolution after Obama works out with Netanyahu a $38 billion defense deal for 10 years, the biggest the U.S. has ever given to any country, there's no question that this is being overhyped. And in the United States, diasporas tend to be a little more radicalized than the populations on the ground. That's true with the Ukrainians, the Greeks, the Armenians. It's true with Israel, too. This would be a lot ado about much less in other countries in the world.
Ian, it's no secret that President Obama and Netanyahu did not have an especially warm relationship. How much of this was personal?
A little bit. I mean, there's no question that Netanyahu doesn't like Obama at all, and it's mutual. But what's interesting is that at no point did that allow the actual fundamentals of the relationship to get undermined.
$38 billion worth of the relationship.
Not only that, but also the coordination that the Americans and the Israelis get together on cyber attacks, sharing intelligence, defense coordination in the region. All the Israeli companies that are listed on the NASDAQ in the United States, Netanyahu has been very supportive of that, and he hasn't allowed his concerns with Obama or vice versa to impact that relationship.
And 100,000 settlements built since Obama came to office. He took that personally and said as much.
He did. I mean, there's no question that remember when Biden made his trip to Israel, and literally on the day, I think you were there actually, I remember you reporting about this at the time, that they decided to announce there was going to be new settlements on the day. What an embarrassment to the United States, and Obama's not going to forget that either. So I do think there's a little bit of personal pique that's playing out here, but we should recognize it has no impact on the relationship.
We saw another announcement like that above the fold in the New York Times today.
Exactly.
That's right. Ian Bremmer, as always, we thank you for analysis. Appreciate it.